Okay, Babette, slow down. I'm not going anywhere.
It's very serious.
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 times Gilmore Girls tackled serious issues.
Hey, aren't you supposed to be in the middle of a therapy session with Grandma?
Yeah, but we took a break.
You're not supposed to take a break in the middle of therapy.
It was the therapist who wanted the break.
For this list, we'll be looking at instances where the comedy drama series and its 2016 revival addressed important social and interpersonal topics. When do you think Gilmore Girls truly got real? Let us know in the comments below. Number 10. Workplace abuse at the Gilmore house. It's obvious that Emily Gilmore has a nasty side, and her housekeepers witness it regularly. The nitpicking and rudeness that we regularly see from the matriarch comes to a head in the third season, when she's slapped with a lawsuit by a former employee.
You might at least act surprised.
It's not the first time, is it?
It most certainly is.
Really?
Yes, Lorelai, really.
Well, then I'm surprised.
It's beyond surprising. It's outrageous.
The offense? Emily fired her for audible clumping. Lorelai must participate in a deposition and toes the line of incriminating her mother, but the storyline's overall tone is humorous.
On a scale from 1 to 10, what would you rate your mother in terms of compassion for others' feelings? Want to guess what she said?
No, thank you.
Mom.
Hang on a second, Lorelai. I just want to skip to the Ben-Hur reference.
Even so, Emily's pattern of misremembering her employees' names, working them to the bone, and terminating them for dubious reasons is no laughing matter.
I pay more than anyone else pays their maids, and when things are not the way I want, that means I'm not getting what I paid for. Why is that so hard to understand?
Number 9. Luke and Anna's custody battle. Season 6 of Gilmore Girls is full of drama, but one of its biggest bombshells is the revelation of Luke's daughter, April.
She looks like a reader. She a reader?
Can you imagine Luke with a reader?
Oh, I can't imagine Luke with a daughter.
Can you imagine Luke with a kid?
Oh my God, I can't believe that. Luke has a kid? Can you believe Luke has a kid?
After April's mother, Anna, makes plans to move herself and her daughter out of state, Luke seeks to assert his decision-making rights. This conflict leads to a legal battle between the two parents that lasts for multiple episodes, and in one instance requires Lorelai to draft a reference for her ex-boyfriend.
To whom it may concern, in the nearly 10 years that I have known Luke Danes, I have come to know him as an honest and decent man. He's also one of the most kind and caring persons I have ever met.
Tensions between Luke and Anna are serious, as are the case's implications for his life and relationships. Although he wins joint custody before too long, it's obvious that this feud could have taken a nasty turn.
We are talking about my daughter, who I didn't even know I had for the first 12 years of her life. And now that I know her and I know I'm her dad, I just want to be with her and be her dad because I know I will be a good dad.
Number 8. Rory drops out of college. After a tumultuous conclusion to her school year, Rory makes the controversial decision to drop out of Yale. Although Lorelai is usually a supportive parent and tends to meet her daughter in the middle, she strongly opposes the move.
I don't want to wander around a school where everyone else is focused and working towards something and I'm just floating.
So what's the great master plan then, huh? You're gonna move back home, live in your room, work part-time at the bookstore? Forget it. Not an option.
Uncharacteristically, she even appeals to her parents for help with getting Rory back on track. Things go off the rails once Emily and Richard decide to back their granddaughter's plan, though.
Rory will be taking some time off from Yale. She will be moving into the pool house here with us. We will find her some sort of suitable job through one of our friends. And then, after a suitable time has passed, we will revisit the subject of her returning to school.
Dropping out of school is never an easy choice, and when Gilmore Girls depicts it, things are as dramatic as can be. As stressful as the saga is, though, it's fascinating for bringing out sides of both Lorelai and Rory that we haven't yet seen.
You love school, I saw it. It doesn't just go away.
Well, I have reformed. All right, from now on, no more scheduling, no more planning. I am just going to spend my days making ice cream, beer floats, and just taking life as it comes. You'll see, new me.
Number 7. Mrs. Kim kicks Lane out. Lane Kim's relationship with her mother isn't always the happiest. As the teenager increasingly explores her love of rock music, it leads to friction at home and decisions like sneaking out to attend a gig.
Got a lot of loopholes in your world, huh?
It's okay, I'll come up with something. My entire life has been a training session for this very event.
This tension culminates when Mrs. Kim snoops into her daughter's room and discovers a variety of personal belongings that don't mesh with her values. In a heartbreaking turn of events, Mrs. Kim draws a hard line in the sand.
I can get what I want, and I won't be lying to you or sneaking around. This way we can both be happy.
Children do not make the rules. You may move out and live like that somewhere else.
Lane goes on to take refuge with Rory before moving in with her bandmates, marking a period of estrangement from her mother. Although the Kims do later repair their relationship, their separation marks one of the most dramatic and downright sad episodes in the show's history.
I guess I'll be going.
Yes.
Step away from Lane, Christine.
Number 6. Rory is sentenced to community service. Rory's third boyfriend, the uber-rich and free-spirited Logan Huntsberger, is sometimes considered a bad influence on her. But one of Rory's most questionable decisions is actually of her own design.
Well, I feel like knocking people's hats off.
So I guess we gotta take to the sea.
That one looks good.
Yeah?
Nice and seaworthy.
Not ours to take.
That ever stopped you before?
After a crushing professional encounter with her boss, Logan's father, Mitchum, Rory deals with her angst by taking someone else's boat for a joyride. She subsequently finds out that her good girl image and family connections won't protect her from the repercussions.
I don't care who you are. I don't care who your family is. When you commit a crime, Miss Gilmore, there must be consequences, period.
Rory's impulsive move lands her 300 hours of community service, during which time she gets in even more trouble for fighting. It's a rebellious pattern of behavior we're not used to seeing from Rory, but it marks a critical, if challenging, step in her personal growth.
That's unacceptable. Now, I cannot have you out there with your fight face on. You understand me?
Yes, sir.
Number 5. Rory loses her virginity, and Dean cheats. A first sexual experience can be an important milestone, and teen shows are no stranger to depicting this moment and all of its foibles.
I am not going to Harvard. I had sex, but I'm not going to Harvard. Okay, and I have to tell you that if you asked me which of those two events I thought would be the least likely to happen, it would not be the not going to Harvard.
Although this event comes up in Paris's Meltdown live on C-SPAN, Gilmore Girls takes things yet a step further in portraying Rory's first time. Not only does Rory sleep with her ex-boyfriend Dean Forrester, but he's actually married to Stars Hollow local Lindsay at the time.
He's in love with me, not Lindsay.
Does Lindsay know that?
She's not good for him, okay? She lets him quit school and work himself to death.
No, Rory, you can't be one of those girls who blames the wife for forcing the husband to cheat.
The affair leads to a huge blow-up between Rory and Lorelai, with the show exploring the unique significance it carries for each Gilmore. Although the pair can sometimes come off more like friends than family, this is a time when their mother-daughter dynamic comes out in full force.
He was my boyfriend first.
But you dumped him. You rejected him. You picked someone else.
Stop it! Rory, I hate you for ruining this for me.
Number 4. Emily grieves Richard. In Gilmore Girls, we see Richard's health land him in the hospital on 2 separate and very scary occasions.
I did not sign on to your dying, and it is not going to happen. Not tonight, not for a very long time. In fact, I demand to go first. Do I make myself clear?
Yes, Emily. You may go first.
In A Year in the Life, though, we find Emily a widow and seriously lost in Richard's absence. Without her longtime husband, the Gilmore matriarch is no longer driven to maintain the routine and habits that were once of the utmost importance to her. It's devastating to see Emily's pain and her sudden disengagement from her home, her social affairs, and even her usual way of dressing.
I don't know how to do this.
Do what?
Live my life.
Mom.
I don't know what to do or where to go. I've forgotten which side of the bed to sleep on. I was married for 50 years. Half of me is gone.
Richard's death also leads to conflict with Lorelai after the latter's misconduct following his funeral. Losing a partner is one of life's toughest challenges, and the show depicts it with tenderness and honesty.
I'm a screw-up, I admit it. Just please, please don't let this be the only thing you remember to say at my funeral.
Number 3. Jess violates Rory's boundaries. Especially in relation to Dean, Jess never comes off as an ideal match for Rory. As much as he can be loving, he can also be rash, insensitive, and cold.
Come on, Mr. Sunshine. You're spreading so much joy around. You're embarrassing yourself. You've got to get a little more moody.
I'll try.
But things take a turn for the worse at a house party. Rory and Jess share a tense moment where he pressures her into being physically intimate.
Jeez. Not here, not now.
Fine.
What's wrong with you?
Nothing is wrong with me.
Someone could walk in that door.
And Santa Claus could come down the chimney, whatever.
Without apologizing for his actions, he storms out and eventually gets into a shocking fistfight with Dean. Sexual experiences where consent isn't granted and instances where boundaries aren't respected are all too common. And Gilmore Girls doesn't shy away from this reality.
Jess.
Rory, stop! Just stop! I did not invite you up here. You came up here on your own.
I don't know what I did.
Number 2. Lorelai and Emily attend family therapy. When she sees her mother going through a hard time following Richard's passing, Lorelai suggests Emily attend therapy to help talk through her feelings.
What's the big deal?
I'm not crazy.
No, you're in pain. This is uncharted territory. If it might help, what's the harm?
Emily concedes, and soon manipulates Lorelai into joining her, effectively focusing the sessions on their mother-daughter relationship. The two go over ancient history as old wounds are ripped open once again.
Poked the bear, poked the bear.
A girl gets pregnant at 16 and just takes off without leaving so much as a forwarding address.
Oh my God, hornet's nest.
Having watched Lorelai's sometimes toxic dynamic with her mother ebb and flow through 7 seasons, it's intriguing and exhausting to see it play out in front of a licensed professional. Although the sessions aren't always fruitful, the show admirably normalizes seeking help when it's needed.
Doesn't it mean anything to you that I'm this raw nerve appealing to my only child to help me through this period?
So, 10:30.
10:30.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Lorelai's teen pregnancy. This is the conflict that is at the root of so much of the interfamily dynamics in Gilmore Girls.
You took that girl and completely shut us out of your life.
You wanted to control me.
You were still a child.
I stopped being a child the minute the strip turned pink, okay?
As we see in a flashback episode, Lorelai feels hurt by her parents' judgment and expectations. On the flip side, the Gilmores feel rejected as caretakers and abandoned by their only child.
I saw it. I saw that horrible little pit you so proudly ran to. I saw what you chose over your own family. You would have lived in the gutter, in the street, in the cardboard box, anywhere, as long as you didn't have to be near us. Isn't that true?
The two parties can never see eye to eye on Lorelai's departure, and on what course of action would have been best for her and Rory. Although the series begins with the prospect of mending the massive rift between generations, it's a topic that surfaces time and time again as the family runs into problems.
We were 16. We didn't want to get married.
When you get pregnant, you get married. A child needs a mother and a father.
Oh my God.
The show is never afraid to tackle deep subjects, and Lorelai's journey as a young parent and single mother is the ultimate example. Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.